Hello, my name is Emma, and I recently started taking antidepressants for my depression. I really need to get myself out of the habit of relaying my entire mental health history every single time I talk about it in a video, but essentially 6 years ago or so, I was on antidepressants and antipsychotics, and I eventually weaned myself off with my psychiatrist's permission, but since then, I had had no medication used to treat my mental illness, and I was just going to therapy. And starting in about October or November of 2017, I had what I would consider like my first official relapse in about 2 years from my depression. Now, after speaking with my therapist, we sort of both concluded that my depression had taken on a more chemical influence because I was doing everything I possibly could to keep up with my mental health myself, but for some reason it wasn't working, and it probably has to do with my brain. So basically, I set out on a journey to find a doctor who could prescribe me antidepressants to help with that chemical aspect, to sort of level me out to where I need to be on top of all of the stuff I already do for my recovery. Now, I unfortunately had a pretty difficult time finding a doctor this time around. Back when I was 16, it was so much easier because my parents took care of everything, but I had a lot of factors against me going into this, and I don't want to discourage anyone from getting on medication, but I do think it's helpful for me to share my not so easy experience. I have a very obscure health insurance that isn't taken many places. I did not have a primary care doctor at the time because I had moved on from my pediatrician and just hadn't got a doctor since then. And I also didn't have the best experience with the psychiatrist in the past, so I wasn't too keen on getting another one, especially because I probably couldn't afford it to begin with. So it was a very long process involving calling so many local doctors, reaching out to my insurance company, and just trying to find anyone that could possibly prescribe me medication, but I eventually got there. So if there's anything to take from this experience, it's not that it's really hard to get on medication, it's that you just have to keep trying and you will get there, because I did. So right now I have been taking 10 milligrams of Lexapro every single day for about 7 weeks now. So rather than just talking about the experience transitioning to using medication to treat my mental illness after having not done so in 6 years, I thought it would be cool to show you guys in real time. Basically, I decided to vlog the first 5 weeks on my new medication, all the good, the bad, the discouragement, and the accomplishments. But I just thought it was such a great opportunity for me to take my experience of using medication to treat my mental illness to spread awareness for this really wonderful asset we have in the mental health community. There is so much stigma against medication in mental illness treatment. There are so many misconceptions, and there are a lot of really valid fears that people experience that turn people away from something that could truly change their lives. And I wanted to show that this is not something that is really scary. It's not something that necessarily causes you to be a zombie or completely changes you in your personality, but it's something that's really helpful and helps millions of people function every single day, myself included. I don't want to spend too much longer on this intro because this is a lengthy video as it covers 5 weeks of my life, but without further ado, here is the process of me adjusting to my new medication. So I just got home from meeting with my doctor, and I am starting antidepressants today. After discussing my particular symptoms and my history with antidepressants, we settled on starting with 10 milligrams of Lexapro, which was actually what I was thinking might be very helpful for me at the moment. So I will be taking my first pill tonight, and I have a month's worth as like a trial to see how they affect me. To complement the antidepressants, I created this sort of like Likert scale daily reflection to sort of help me see my progress with my antidepressants. So some of the questions I have are: how depressed am I today? How positive is my mood today? How much motivation do I have today? Did I have a decent sleep last night? How irritable am I today? How sociable am I feeling today? How is my anxiety today? How are my eating disorder symptoms today? And am I experiencing any depersonalization today? There are so many different depression evaluations you can get online, but I thought it would be more helpful if it was more personalized and individualized to my particular symptoms and where I really want to see improvements as a result of the antidepressants. So I think I will at least try and fill this out maybe like in between midday to the end of the day every day, just to see if there's any like distinctive improvements I can capture by reflecting on how my antidepressants are affecting me. But nonetheless, I am so relieved that this worked out, and I am on my way to hopefully living a better life and I'm really excited to take you guys along with me. It is nighttime on my first day. I filled out my evaluation sheet for today, which was a little bit more on the negative side, which is fine because, you know, this is the base level. While I was driving home and figuring out where I was going to place myself on my scales for today, I realized that a 5-point scale is way too small. So tomorrow I'm going to be remaking it as a 7-point Likert scale to hopefully give myself a little bit more, you know, flexibility in my answers to make them a little bit more accurate, because I'm just looking at this now and I feel like there definitely needs to be numbers in between. But here's pill number 1 and here goes nothing. It's the morning of March 23rd. I got a pretty decent sleep last night, which is like not typical for me with my depressive symptoms, but I did wake up much earlier than I normally do and then I went back to sleep. So I don't know if that's a result of it. I am feeling a little nauseous this morning, which is a common side effect of antidepressants. So whenever I do experience like side effects, I'm probably going to keep a note of that as well. But I'll have a Coke this morning and I will bring toast for breakfast and I'm sure it'll be fine. So right now it's March 24th, I believe, which means it is technically my 3rd day on antidepressants, I believe. I can't believe it's only been like 3 days and I don't even know how long ago I started this. No significant updates as expected. I would say my depression and anxiety and pretty much everything is really the same as of now, which is like what I would expect for the first week. So I haven't seen like any distinct changes even in like my evaluation that I've been doing. I have been sleeping through the night and going to sleep earlier, which is a definite improvement because like I said earlier, like insomnia was a huge depressive symptom. So I think Lexapro, according to my doctor, does make you a little drowsy. So I think that might be helpful in it and like I'm here for that. Additionally, I have been dreaming again, which is really weird for me. I haven't dreamt like consistently for years and I've had some like pretty like weird dreams, but like fine dreams since starting on antidepressants, which I believe also can be a side effect if I'm correct, but you know, that's manageable. One thing I did want to add to this vlog is I noticed this evening that I had a glass of wine yesterday and a glass of wine this evening, and you're not supposed to really mix alcohol and antidepressants. So, I kind of already messed up. You know, like, it wasn't intentional, and now that I'm aware of it, I definitely am just going to keep my alcohol consumption in check, and I'm not going to intentionally have any drinks for the rest of the month at least, and, you know, I'll talk about it with my doctor for sure. It's just, like, bad timing, I guess, because as I was relapsing with my depression, I was relapsing with my eating disorder as well, and so I wasn't allowing myself to indulge in alcohol, which I can do in moderation as a 21-year-old. And last night I just finally allowed myself to actually have a glass of wine, and now I can't anymore. But you know, it's all for recovery, so I'm totally okay with cutting out something that isn't even like an important part of my life. So I just definitely need to stay conscious and like not have any alcohol while this trial period is going on. So from this point out, I'm stopping. And I'm going to actually go take my pill right now because it's getting late, and I'll check in later with more updates hopefully. Okay, so I believe it is day 4 on antidepressants. It is currently March 26th. I feel like my symptoms since yesterday have been pretty under control, which is really great, but I slept for 11 hours last night. That is so out of the ordinary for me. I normally get like 6 hours of sleep, maybe 7 if I'm lucky. 11 is just unbelievable. And the hard thing about sort of cataloging all of the things that I think could be influenced by the antidepressants is that I just don't know for sure. Like, is it just because I was really tired yesterday that I slept for 11 hours, or could it be because of the antidepressants? I don't really know, but holding it out, trying to get better, and we'll see how things go from here. So I think we're on day 6 now. It is March 28th. Tomorrow marks 1 week, which is very exciting. I haven't noticed a ridiculous amount of impact on my like depressive symptoms. Definitely the most immediate and as of now most intense impact on my depressive symptoms has been on my sleeping. I go to sleep so much earlier. Like before I started, I was going to sleep at like 2 a.m. 3 a.m. every single night. I mean, mean, it's currently about 11 o'clock, so normally in between like 10:30 and 12 I'm going to sleep, which is really positive because that's when I want to go to sleep. And in addition to impacts on my sleeping schedule, I have been dreaming more. I haven't dreamt in the last couple of days, but I had a few weird dreams in the beginning, which I'm pretty sure is very typical. But also I've been waking up at like 3 a.m. every night, which is so weird for me because even before I am like a complete sleep through the night kind of girl, and yet every single morning I notice myself waking up at 3 a.m. So like maybe I'm also simultaneously being possessed by a demon, but I'm pretty sure everything is fine. So definitely sleeping habits, which was a big problem in the beginning, has been very helpful at the time. And I also feel like my motivation has really increased since starting on the antidepressants, which was probably the other largest area of my life that was impacted by my depression. At least in the last 3 days or so, I've been much more motivated to, you know, keep up to date on the YouTube stuff that I have to and edit videos, keep my room clean. I went on like a cleaning frenzy today, which was really great and much needed. So we'll see if the motivation increases, and then hopefully over the next few weeks I'll have a little bit of an increase in my general mood and a decrease in my depressive symptoms, and hopefully my anxiety and eating disorder symptoms as well. I feel like that probably should have been the update for day 7 after 1 week, because that was pretty lengthy, but oh well, I was feeling inspired. It is March 31st. I'm at work right now. I don't really have any medication related updates. Things have been pretty stagnant for the last couple of days, which again, it's only been like a week, so that's really normal. But I did find this Facebook post that I thought was so relevant to this video, as the whole point of it is to sort of normalize using medication to treat mental illness. But I felt it is just like so perfect, and it could be very helpful to a lot of you if you're someone who has their own fears about using medication to start mental illness, or they might be internalizing some stigma about it. The post is from Giordano on Tumblr, and it says, "I have bipolar mood disorder and I get worried that I'm too reliant on my medication, especially if the dosage goes up. Then I realized neurotypical people are just as reliant on the neurochemicals in my medication. It's just that their bodies produce it and mine doesn't. It's not that I'm a bad person, and I don't know if this realization seems to have really helped me understand and not feel so bad about that." And I never really thought about this before either. So many people see taking medication to treat mental illness as the easy way out, but it's literally just putting neurochemicals in your brain that you don't produce naturally, and there's nothing wrong with that. So that post just really inspired me. This is definitely an idea that I'm going to be carrying with me when talking about stigma related to medication in treatment for mental illness. So I just really loved it, and I hope that somebody gets something out of it just like I did. So it's April 1st, it's actually Easter, and I'm so depressed today. I think since starting the antidepressants, this is the most depressed that I've been. My eating disorder symptoms are also like not doing me any favors today, so I'm gonna try to take care of myself in the way that I can, and just hopefully along this journey these days become less and less frequent, but I don't want to do anything today. Alright, so it's the same day. Please ignore my braids. I'm just trying to get my hair to be a little less wild while I sleep. I just wanted to update you guys because like that sort of depression haze clip might have unsettled some of you. I'm doing a little bit better today. You know, I got myself ready and I went to Easter dinner and I ate Easter dinner. I ended up cleaning my car and I washed my hair, which I had been avoiding for a few days. So it ended up being a pretty productive day. Mentally, I'm a little bit better, not where I want to be, but tomorrow's Monday. It's a start to a new week. You know, I'm still keeping up with my antidepressants. I have been slacking off with my self-evaluations and stuff, so I definitely need to get back on track with that as well this week. But I'm just gonna, you know, I have another off day tomorrow, so we're gonna see, and hopefully things can start better from this point forward. It's currently April 3rd. I've been doing pretty okay since Easter when I last had that like super depressive day. I went to individual therapy for the first time since starting my antidepressants, and I found today's session really helpful. Like I said, I've been struggling with my motivation for the last couple of days and I'm really sick of it, so it was nice to talk about it with my therapist and sort of brainstorm some ways that I can potentially fix that. So I have my off day tomorrow, tomorrow, which is usually a recipe for not doing anything. So I'm gonna try really hard to have a good day tomorrow. Today's been pretty good so far, it really has. So now I'm gonna go to my pole class, which is always a like mental health booster, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. So I believe today technically marks 2 weeks, as it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I had a really great day today. Like, I got up early and went to the gym and I got a haircut and I did a lot of errands and I filmed and I edited and I went to group therapy, which was great today. And I was also social for the first time. Like, I mean, technically for the first time, because I really don't consider staying at home with my boyfriend to be being social. But I went out with one of my best friends and it was just so much fun. We had so many laughs, like my face like hurts from laughing, which is something I haven't experienced in quite a long time. So it was really wonderful. And I just I feel good. You know, I'm trying to stay aware of the fact that like it takes like 4 to 6 weeks for the medication to like really start working. But like today was a really good day and I want more days to be like this. I feel like this is what it should feel like when it is starting to work. So like I'm really happy with today and I hope I can keep it up. All right, I don't even think I know what day it is. I think yesterday marks 2 weeks on antidepressants. I feel like I definitely have noticed some improvements. I don't know if that's because I'm like looking so hard for improvements, because it's supposed to take 4 to 6 weeks to kick in. So, you know, this whole experience is so subjective, and it's just mostly these updates are really like potential things, because I'll never fully know if it's because of the antidepressants, and that's just how science works. Today's been like okay. I started out with a really good day at work, and then I was very productive after work, and then later as the evening went on, I just did a whole lot of nothing. I've been experiencing quite a bit of anxiety over the last few days, and it's not the type of like heart palpitations, I don't know how I'm going to survive this, constant worrying sort of anxiety, but it's more like I'm so overwhelmed with everything I have to do that I'm going to repress it and just not do anything. I just have so much going on this weekend. I work all day tomorrow, and then in the evening I might be with my dad or I might be with my boyfriend, and then I have a wedding on Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, and potentially Wednesday I will be out of state, so I have to like pack for that, and I have no idea when I'm gonna pack for it, and I have to have videos ready, and my room's a mess and I want to clean my room, and it's like 11:30 at night, and I probably could have gotten a lot of this done today, but I just didn't. So things are like sort of ruminating in my head without me like consciously realizing it, and I feel like when I get like this is like the pre-depersonalization stage for me. So I'm also like constantly worrying that I'm going to revert back to that and have an episode of depersonalization, which is like the worst thing in the entire world for me, which I really don't want to experience. So I think I'm a little in over my head at the moment. I think I just need to start taking things one step at a time. Right now I haven't taken my antidepressant for the night. It's a little bit later than when I typically take it. Like obviously I'm not going to skip it, but I feel like I've just been like pushing it off a little bit because they make me drowsy, and I wanted to be productive and do things, but the later that I just do nothing, the worse I feel. So I think I'm gonna, after I finish this vlog, I'm gonna go take it, and you know, maybe I'll like just start cleaning up my room a little bit and then get into bed to have a good night's sleep. I'm sorry, this is like supposed to be very antidepressant focused, and I'm just like venting, but you know, I know that it'll be fine and I'll get through it. So traveling with antidepressants is gonna be a new thing, but we'll see how it goes. All right now, today is April 9th, I think. So right now I'm experiencing a lot of anxiety. Oh my goodness, my scale at home only goes up to a 7. I'm at like a straight 9 right now. Like I said, and I think the last clip, I'm gonna be out of town for 3 days, and I had to pack this morning because I was at a wedding yesterday. So I've been very overwhelmed this morning. I think I got everything. I'm trying to calm myself down. I did that thing where it's like breathe in for 4, hold for 7, out for 8 or something like that. I don't think that's the right count, but it actually worked, and I am like not one to like believe in breathing techniques, but it was helpful. I'm just like really anxious this morning. I'm afraid that I'm forgetting stuff and that I'm gonna mess up by being away this weekend, even though it'll probably be a really positive thing to just like take a break from everything at home. So I don't know what this clip was. I'm just a mess of anxiety right now, and I hope it goes away soon. Okay, so it has been quite a few days since I last updated you guys. Today is the 16th. Last week was just unbelievably busy, which is why I haven't really been updating this. All the traveling I was doing at the beginning of last week went fine. I actually had a really great time. It was nice to get away for a few days. Unfortunately, my birthday was the 11th, and I was so depressed on my birthday. I was at group therapy that night, and I was literally like 2 seconds away from just like falling on the floor and being like, just continue the session. I just physically can't hold my body up because of my mental state right now. So it was nice to actually go through that in a supportive environment with a professional. So I'm really glad that I went, although the day was rough. You know, I did have support, and that's a positive thing. Over the last couple of days though, I have felt like I have a more consistent mood. You know, I'm not happy 24/7, and I don't think that's exactly what antidepressants are supposed to do, but my mood has been pretty stable, you know. I'm not having ridiculously emotional reactions to things that are stressful. I am pretty, not like upbeat, but you know, like I feel like my motivation is a little bit better. I'm just kind of getting back on track after traveling, so I feel like that also throws me off a little bit. But overall, things have really been okay, and I think that's a positive thing. I feel like right now we might be 3 weeks into antidepressants. I'm not entirely sure, but I definitely feel like the long-term effects of it, you know, sort of just leveling out my mood, have started to come into play, and that's a really positive thing. I've still been so bad at updating on my evaluations. I need to get back into it. There's definitely been a couple of days, but even though I haven't been like fully answering each scale every single day, I have been thinking about it at least, which is a really positive thing. So I am still constantly reflecting, and the rain is distracting me at the moment. I'm constantly thinking about how the antidepressants are affecting me, and I think that's really just what the intention of the evaluation was. So we'll see how things go from here. So I believe today is April 19th. I've just completely lost track of the days at this point, but I just took my antidepressant for the night, and I have one more left, which means tomorrow officially marks 1 full month on antidepressants. I have to say, over the last few days, I felt a lot more stable, and I feel like that is really what I should be striving for at the moment. Like, for example, I had a really anxious day on Tuesday, and I was just like a complete mess, but it was because of a specific situation and like a new trigger that was introduced into my day. It wasn't like I just get up in the morning and I'm depressed for no reason. And so I think I just need to remind myself that the point of antidepressants is to level me out, to make me stable, and to give me the chemicals that help me function that I, for whatever reason, can't make myself. So it's not like taking antidepressants that like I'm never gonna be sad again and I'm always going to have like a super healthy, wonderful response. That's not what it's about. It's about finding that base level that's different for everyone. So when I started this whole video vlog adjustment thing, I wasn't sure if I was going to do like just the first month or if I was going to do the full 6 weeks. So I think we'll take it another week and see how that goes, but I feel like I can confidently say today that I have had a really good improvement, and like I definitely see a difference on antidepressants in what they're supposed to do, and that's really exciting. Also, I had like a really amazing day. I went to get tea in New York City with my friend Natalia. We like sort of celebrated for my birthday, and it is like, I feel like it's one of my favorite days of like my life. Like it's definitely my favorite day of the year by far. It was just so wonderful. I had the best time, and I feel like I was really able to appreciate today for everything it was worth, because everything else is sort of starting to level out and become more stable, and it's just I'm having a positive outlook today. So it's like April 23rd and I'm so sick. I've been sick for like 2 nights at this point and I'm like just starting to get better. Unfortunately, because I've been so sick, I haven't been able to take my antidepressants for the last 2 days because I just can't keep anything down, which sucks. It has been a month now and I am feeling a lot better. I feel stable, and I think that's the thing that I need to keep reminding myself, that the intention is not for me to be super happy and like not to be sad when things are upsetting to me, but like just to be stable at all other times. And I feel like a month in I've really accomplished that, which is so great. So I can say with sincerity that my antidepressants are working and they're doing what they're supposed to. I am a little nervous about missing 2 days, but like there was nothing I could do. Like I can't control when I'm sick. So I'm probably going to either call my doctor or at least my pharmacy today just to like touch base, because it's important to keep your like people in your care who take care of you in the loop when things like this happen. My intention right now is normally I take my antidepressants at night, but I'm going to try to eat something and see if I can keep it down, and then if that stays, I'll have something in my stomach so that I can take my antidepressant that I was supposed to last night. And of course that's if my doctor says that's fine. But overall, things are going good and I'm really happy. The reason I just haven't been updating this vlog as much is because there haven't been a lot of changes. Things have been really positive over the last week or so. So I say let's give it another week. We'll do like 5 weeks of this vlog to see where things are going, but it seems like things are in a really good place right now and I'm very, very happy about it. Today I think is April 25th. Things are still going great. Like I can really tell that there's been a significant improvement in just like my baseline mood, which is what the antidepressants are supposed to do. So I'm like really, really happy to say I think they're working perfectly right now and doing exactly what I wanted them to do. I wanted to add an extra update today because I had a really productive day at work. And for the last couple of months, as I was relapsing, my work ethic really declined. And like I got in a lot of mess at work because of it, because my depression was affecting my ability to perform my daily tasks at work. But today I got everything done that I needed to and more. I was really efficient and like very on task, and that's the exciting thing for me, is that I could tell that I was focused on doing my work, which is a feeling I haven't had in a really long time. Also, it's like administrative professional day or something because my manager got me like a card and a gift card and flowers. So like that was just like the cherry on top of a really good work day. But I'm happy to say that like I feel like things have really improved in work, which was just another area of my life that was really affected by my relapse. So it's really good. Tomorrow, officially, the end of tomorrow officially makes 5 weeks, and I think that's a good point for me to sort of end this vlog. So I'll check in one more time tomorrow, but things are going really, really great and I'm very happy at the moment. I apologize for the decline in quality. I realized that I have like barely charged my camera batteries for my vlog camera since starting this whole vlog project thing. So they're all dead. You know how I said I was like doing so good earlier? I'm not doing so hot right now. I desperately wanted like the last few clips of this vlog to be super wonderful and very positive and like end on a good note, but like that's not how it is right now, and that's okay. But I felt the need to update you guys. It's still April 25th, first of all. So essentially, my pole studio is closing, sort of like the word I've been using is indefinitely. We have to move out of the location we're currently in, and we don't have a new location to move to immediately. So there's going to be a couple of months, hopefully not too long, where we're closed and not holding classes. And I've known about this for a while, and I've slowly been coming to terms with it. But when I went to class tonight, I found out that Monday, which is only like 4 to 5 days from now, is our last day in the studio. And I'm really, really upset about it. Pole is so positive for me in so many ways, and the thought of not having it in my life like all week long is so devastating to me. So I'm struggling a bit at the moment. I'm really, really depressed and upset and not motivated. I'm hopeless, which is an emotion I haven't felt in a really long time. Like, I probably since starting the antidepressants, I haven't felt like this abandoned and left alone, and like not towards my studio owners, just like in general. I'm sad, man. I'm really, really sad. I just have to keep reminding myself that the intention of me being on antidepressants is not for me to never feel any negative emotions ever again. That's not the point. The whole reason I'm on antidepressants is so the majority of the time, at like in my normal moments, I am stable and balanced and my equilibrium is all where it's supposed to be. Antidepressants are not meant to prevent you from feeling negative emotions, especially when something in your life out of your control happens that would make you sad or angry or upset. They exist so that your baseline mood, when you're not super, super up or super, super down, is more balanced, so that it's not so low, so that you can function better in the more mundane moments, or you're able to maybe cope with those lows better. So it's okay for me to be depressed right now. It's okay for me to feel emotions. It's great for me to feel emotions. Like, I'm not happy that I'm depressed right now, but I don't have to feel bad about the fact that I am. And that's an important thing to recognize. So it is the final day of this journey. I'm doing better today. I'm doing better than I was last night. All throughout the day, I was pretty fine. You know, not like the greatest I've ever been, but I also wasn't like significantly sad or down like I was when I last updated you guys. Now, on the other hand, I am a little bit more upset than I was all day. But again, it's because I just went to pole and it was my last Thursday class for a while, so like all the feelings that I had last night are very present because I've just like encountered that. So while I am a little down at the moment, and I still am much better than I was last night, you know, the antidepressants are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So I don't want anyone to think that, oh, like Emma's ending this really sad, like they're clearly not working. They're doing absolutely everything that they're supposed to be doing. I am continuing to take them. I'm really happy with the results that I've gotten so far, and that's really, really great. I just have a thing in my life that's making me sad, and it's not going to make me sad for forever, and then I will be back to this better base level that's been created, or at least foundation has been built by me taking these antidepressants every night. So I definitely wish that I had a more positive update for my last clip of this vlog, but life happens, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. That's the whole point of this, is to be candid and open. But I'm like really, really happy with everything that's been happening because of the antidepressants. I just feel like they have been so helpful, and they've done exactly what I needed them to do, and I'm gonna continue doing it. So that really concludes this vlog, journey, experience, whatever you guys want to call it. I'm going to switch back to my outro to close out this video, but if anyone is still watching, because wow, this is going to be long, thank you guys so much for following me on my journey to get back on antidepressants, and I hope that you gained something out of it, because I know I have gained so many positive things since starting this journey. So that really concludes this video. Like I said, we're about 2 weeks past when I finished filming that vlog, and I'm still feeling great. I feel like every day there is an improvement, and I 100% attribute that to my medication. I'm really hopeful that this video is either relatable to some people who have used medication to treat their mental illness, or maybe even inspiring to some people who have considered it but maybe had some of those fears and stigmas that are surrounding this conversation, and show that this is not a scary thing. It's a really, really awesome asset that we have, and I'm just hopeful that this can bring awareness to the fact that medication is really helpful to millions of people, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. I totally understand that medication is not for everyone. It's not something a lot of people want to consider, or there are some people that have had not so positive experiences in contrast to mine, but regardless of what your feelings have been on medication, I would love to hear in the comments. But that is really it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon for a new one. Bye!